Okay, this could have gone worse. This could have gone definitely a lot worse. Now, but a few months ago, I made a video about the A340, fixing the A340. You know, one big problem about these small A340s, the 200 and the 300, is of course their 4 engines. You know, they're not very powerful at all. They're just the small CFM56 engines from the A320, but 4 of them. And so I made a video about fixing, you know, the performance issue that this plane has with the power of General Electrics, who, you know, made their GE90 engine for the 777, huge, powerful, as wide of a diameter of its 737, very famously. But the GE90, I think, would be able to fix lots of problems we have in the aviation industry. For example, on the 747. I mean, this is right here, the 747-8. You can see that here by the beautiful chevron nozzles. This is the longest plane for civilian use, and it is, you know, relatively new, the 747-8. But, you know, we can all agree on the fact that, you know, 4-engine airliners, no matter how modern they are just not contemporary anymore. They use too much fuel, right? I mean, why fly across the Atlantic with this huge boy when you don't really need all that space? And the 787 Dreamliner only needs 2 of these GE and X engines. That's what they're called. You know, GE and X, actually, these are the same engines on the 747 as they have on the 787-10, obviously, which is running on 2 engines left. And so, everybody, it is time for us to save the day, save the 747, and talk about a 2-engine one, but seriously, everybody, why don't we put GE 90 engines? This is never going to work very well, is it? All right, fellas, this is what I've already started doing here. This is actually the GE90 in its original size, just taken from the 777. Obviously, the question is, well, where do we put an engine like this? We have these 2 holes in the wing, you know, where there are no slats, right? And so I thought, let's just put them, you know, relatively close to the fuselage. Quite big engine. I think this will be pretty much enough. But let's also change, of course, the specs here, engine spec. And here we have to now adjust the power setting. Now, the 4 engines of the 747-8 deliver 67,000 pounds of thrust per engine, which is quite a lot. The good thing is, and this is quite an easy number, the GE90 that we've just now, you know, put an object to here on the wing has 100,000 pounds of thrust, which also means that, of course, 4 times 67,000 is around 40,000 pounds of thrust more than we can get from 2 GE90. Right, that's not, nah, I don't care about math. Let's just put 100,000 pounds to it, and we'll probably see a relatively underpowered airplane now. I thought the GE90 would be, you know, enough, but it definitely isn't. Obviously, this plane's much bigger than the 777, the 747. It requires much more engine power. Let's maybe see if we can fly this airplane anyway on only 200,000 pounds of thrust. Hold on. Before we take off and see the miserable fail on the 747, here's a message from our sponsor. Everybody, this video is brought to you by War Thunder, the most jaw-dropping vehicle combat game that you've ever seen. And guess what? It's absolutely free for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Everybody, we all know what War Thunder. It isn't just another game. It's a comprehensive journey through military history. You can take control now of over 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships. From classic biplanes and armored cars from the 1920s to today's stealth fighter jets and crazy main battle tanks, War Thunder has it all. And for flight simulator enthusiasts like me, I mean, I breathe flight simulators, diving into the cockpit of War Thunder's planes is extraordinary. With a worldwide community of over 70 million players, every battle is a chance to test your skills. You don't need any extra gear to get started, just your mouse and your keyboard, and you can even still then play in the ultra-realistic simulator mode. Yes, everybody, if you use my link in the pinned comments or in the video description to sign up for War Thunder right now, you'll unlock a massive bonus pack. We're talking about premium vehicle, 100,000 silver lines, and 7 days of premium account time for free. Make sure to check it out. Let's take a look at the 747 in the meantime. Everybody, my great friends of fuel economy, we have done it here. Welcome to London City Airport. We shall try to see, oh, is 90,000 pounds of thrust enough? By the way, what's that here? I did not do the best of job, you know, making the animations proper, but that's just fine. We can hear the sound. That's definitely not the sound of the GE90. It's still the sound of the 747, but that doesn't matter. We can see here now, the engine screen of ours has changed from 4 engines to 2 engines. Also, what's wrong here? I have no idea, everybody. Let's go ahead and take off with our beautiful new 747. Let's see if it's able to take off out of London City Airport. I mean, on the channel, we figured so far that the 747 is relatively powerful. Okay. Okay. This could have gone worse. This could have gone definitely a lot worse. Everybody, yes, I think we are very much able to tell our lack of performance. I mean, genuinely, we can compare that performance to the normal 747-8 with 4 engines. Here we go. This is normal 747. Don't mind the RAM, please. There we go. This one is able to... Yeah, there we go. I mean, this, I think, just speaks words. Although, it's not really making me very happy either, but this is definitely quite a performance jump. See how potent these 4 engines are. I guess that's a big problem about the 747. Unlike, for example, the A340 problems that could be fixed by putting big trends to the A330, the 747 demands so much engine power that you would just need a lot of a bigger engine so that a dual engine concept could work. That's quite poor. But everybody, the 747 has existed for over 50 years now. And let me tell you, over those 50 years, it's gotten only bigger and bigger. My idea would be, why don't we use a classic 747 that's much smaller? Everybody, yes! This is the 747-200, which still used old Pratt & Whitney, or I think this is the Pratt & Whitney, or this could be the CF6 engines from General Electrics. Doesn't really matter. I mean, this airplane is spectacularly old. You can also tell that by the cockpit. Lagging a little bit. Take a look at all these switches with the engineering panel. This airplane's old, and it's also a lot smaller. In fact, let's once again take a look at the engine configuration here. I already have put the GE90 engine onto it. And you can already see, well, what is that? These are the old engines which only deliver 50,000, even less, pounds per engine of thrust. That would mean that the GE90s would actually have a boost on performance. This airplane will go faster. Let's go ahead and perform our special operation. 100,000 pounds of thrust. Like that. Good. Come on. Everybody, here we go. This is our 747 with special GE90 engines. Let's go and do this. These are definitely big enough. Actually, this could work. I mean, it looks a little cursed still. All right, so this everybody should work very well now. Let's go ahead and actually take off. We can hear the power. We can see the power coming out of the 2 engines. It's quite a lot. All right, let's do it, actually. Here we go. You can see, just like before, we only have 2 instruments for the first 2 engines because they are the only ones that exist. Yeah. Ready, here we go. We are taking off from the runway indeed. We are spooling up nicely in power. More power than the 747 we usually would have, which is very impressive. Here we are. Now taking off out of the runway. Everybody, yes, we've made a dual engine 747. There you go. Let's put the landing gear up like that. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, our dual engine 747 flies, indeed. I mean, okay, there are obvious perks for having 4 engines, you know, a little bit more of redundancy. I mean, if Sully were on a 747, he wouldn't have landed in the Hudson, I'm pretty sure. I mean, there are birds everywhere. Oh, no, there were birds. Good. Oh, that's some good compressor stall we have now in our second engine, and our first engine, actually. Our airplane is a little bit dirty. We've got some bird strike here on the nose as well. Wow, I like how Felix made the animation of the fire quite realistic on our first engine now. The GE90 is struggling even more. Take a look at that. We've got some good old compressor stall here on the N1. Look at that. Not good at all. Good thing is, we still have another engine to go. This will take us safely back to London Heathrow Airport. I don't really see the problem at all or something. There we go. Let's go full power and we can immediately tell. There we go. That's spooling up beautifully, just as it should. Again, we have a few thousand pounds of more thrust than the usual 747 would have, and we can see that. This acceleration is really, really good. Everybody, we fixed the 747. Everything works extremely well. Let's take off. There we go. This uses a whole less runway than the normal 747-200 would. Era the 747. Everything's been very successful today. We were super fast. Things are going very well. Landing gear up. Everything good. Everybody, I'm happy about this video project. We've definitely helped improve. Oh, wow. We've killed our engine. This thing is literally crashing. I have no idea why. That's actually quite crazy. Well, out of the burst just completely killed the airplane. That's really good. We've definitely helped the 747. I mean, obviously, it's a relatively philosophical question of whether it's even contemporary anymore to have a plane this big anyway. But this could be done to preserve the soul of the 747. I think Boeing, though, has some other stuff to figure out first. at the moment. So what do you thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, thank you very much for War Thunder for sponsoring it. Really make sure to check out the description and the pinned comment below to get your Swisser 1 viewer benefits. And a special thanks goes out to my members, my supporters, Gunskiller, R27, James Deram, That Dude, Anime Gods of Gaming, Derek, Insider Plane, Nishijutsu Finder, Professional Jamal, Ryland Williams, and New the York. You've got beautiful names.